All right. Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that has taught us the truth and sincerity. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This your brother Kodash coming back at you from the Great Millstone Memphis camp with another word of the day lesson. And today's word of the day is going to be going into 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and the 5th verse, going into the word manifest. Okay, because these prophecies, they're starting to manifest themselves, as we speak them into existence. The Lord is, making his prophecies become manifest in the earth. All right, and for us to have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, we understand what times we're in. So Lord willing, let's be edifying to the point and get right into it. Starting from the top, 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 1. Let me check the time, because I only got like 10 minutes. 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 1. And it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, and how we measure the times diligently in itself, is by linking up what's going on and like the news articles and what's going on in the world, we link it up to the scriptures, lining it up to see how close we are to the end. Because we don't necessarily know the time and the date, but, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has given us, what we are to look for. You can go and get that in Matthew the 24th chapter. And it says, verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's plain. So we're starting to see that the Lord is visiting the world which he made by way of manifesting these prophecies on the earth. Okay. And it says in verse 3, it says, Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we're seeing it. There's earthquakes, pretty much almost every day. Multiple earthquakes in a day. You got uproars of the people, these different protests going on, people going against the government, going against the powers that be. We starting to seeing that. We seeing that in the world right now. And it says in verse 4, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right. You can get that in, Isaiah. Let's see. Isaiah, 46 and 10. Straight to the point. Isaiah 46, 9. It says, remember the formal things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. It says in verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right. So the Lord declared everything that will happen that we seeing now from the beginning, and it's all playing out. You see what I'm saying? Before our eyes, it's all being made manifest. What the Lord has already established from the beginning, is playing out real time. Okay, going back to 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 5, the point, it says, for like it's all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right. So, even down to life, you know what I'm saying? You're born into the world, and then, you have a time when you have to pass back into the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? Your flesh, goes back to the ground. The same way with these different empires, man. They come in, they rule, they be set up, and they rule for a certain amount of time, and then they be taken down. It's the same thing, So now, what we're witnessing the downfall of this current kingdom, man, America. Okay. And how do we know that? Because of the prophecies. The prophecies are being made manifest. So let's get this word manifest in the online etymology. Shoot the time. In the online etymology, and it says manifest, late 14th century, clearly revealed to the eye or the understanding. You see, and that's pretty much where I want to get. I'm gonna jump down. It says plainly apprehensible, clear, apparent, evident. You see, All right. So the Lord has revealed these prophecies unto us, man. They're made manifest unto us, and we can get that in Amos 3:7, because he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So that's how we know. All right. When these things start to appear, we understand. All right. This is Amos 3:7. It says, "Surely the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai Power would do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets." Right. Which is going into the prophecies, man. Because those are secrets, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is not put up on game concerning the end times, okay? Because even our Lord, Yahweh Shai spoke about that. Why did I speak why why do thou speak to them in parables? He said this is Matthew 13, verse 10, and it says, "And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?" And it says in verse 11, he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given. Right? You know what I'm saying? And a part of those mysteries is going into the prophecies, man. What will lead up to the kingdom of heaven. You remember when they was asking him privately on the Mount of Olives, you know what I'm saying, when will be the sign of thy coming, and he started to go into the prophecies, man. He started to go into, when you hear of wars and rumors of wars and the uproars of people and the earthquakes in diverse places, and even before all of this, they should lay hands on you and persecute you. You know what I'm saying? Those are the prophecies, man, which are made manifest and revealed unto his elect, man. All right. So when these things start to happen, we actually know what times we are in. Okay. Let me grab one more. This is Mark 13 and 28 and 29, and I'm gonna close out right here. Mark 13 and verse 28, and it says now learn a parable of the fig tree, where her branches is yet tender and putteth forth leaves. Ye know ye It says ye know that summer is near. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because during the winter time everything is dead, but once you start to see the green and the leaves starting to come back to life and everything, that summertime is near. The changes of seasons. Okay. And that's the same way with these prophecies, man. Like it's finna go into it. And it says in verse 29, "So ye in like manner, when ye see these things come to pass, Salakia, I'm gonna read again. This is Mark 13 and 29. "So ye in like manner, when ye see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors." Okay. So when we see these certain prophecies come to pass, we know that, the Lord is getting closer and closer. Okay. So that's how we tell the time, as of how close, we're getting to that day of the Lord. Yahweh Shai returning, man. All right. We're hearing of wars, rumors of wars. World War III is constantly brewing. All right. We're seeing the MOTB infrastructure on the table. We're seeing everything laid out on the table. So all we have to do is just keep watching. And once these prophecies manifest themselves, we already know, okay, we're getting closer and closer to that time. All right. We're not in darkness like others. The Lord has revealed these secrets and made them manifest unto us. Lord willing, we of that number. Okay. So I'm going to end it off right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the point. Until next time, shalom.